Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Exos Wave 5 light pendant, 1375/45. That whole family has been a great seller for, I'm guessing, 10 years or so, maybe 15 years. Has done really, really well. The glass is really beautiful, and you can see on, this is actually the glass that goes onto it, how it kind of works. So you really have two pieces of glass that are the same color, that are basically kind of going into the fixture like this, and then your bulb is really in that little space in between. So why don't we talk about the size of the fixture first. So this is and we're going to be talking about the body of the fixture, not including the adjustable rods. So the body of the fixture is the bottom part that's holding the sockets in glass. 6.5 inches tall, 43.1 inches long, and then 2.3 inches in depth. So it's a long, skinny fixture, very linear, great for long, skinny tables. And now let's talk about it, including these telescoping rods. If you guys are familiar with Hubbardton, they have a patent on this whole telescoping rod idea. So you have a smaller rod telescoping into a bigger rod. There's a clutch right here, and what this does is after you get it to where you want it to be, the whole fixture, there's a hex nut right in the side of this. It's going to come with a little hex nut wrench. You kind of screw this in, and it tightens this up so it doesn't let it go up and down after you're done. You're going to have 3 different adjustable ranges, and we're going to be talking about that in a second. And that's going to be measured from the bottom of the fixture now to the ceiling itself. We call that overall height. So the short is 28 to 38.5, standard is 37 to 49.5, long is 48 to 61. If you need this shorter than the short, let's say you want to put this over you have like a really short ceiling or a soffit, or you're putting it over a kitchen island and you have a tall counter. So if you're looking for shorter, like coming down shorter than 28 inches from the ceiling, we can do that as a custom. If you're looking for longer than 61, we can do that as a custom. So we do customs all day long. Generally what we do is have you email us, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Tell me what you're looking for. You're looking for this to be 25 inches from the ceiling down, or 23, or whatever, and we can kind of go from there. Same deal if you need it longer than the long. So this is going to have 2 of these stems going up to a canopy on the ceiling. The canopy is 12 inches by 5 inches, goes over 1 junction box, and this is slope ceiling adaptable in one direction only. And on the top of this, there is this piece called a knuckle. So see how I just bent that? So you're going to have 2 pieces like this. One stem can't be longer than the other, and it dictates how this is going to hang on a sloped ceiling. So if you have a sloped ceiling, best thing to do is give me a call or drop a quick email. I have a little diagram that I can send to you to show you all about that. If you have a flat ceiling, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything there. So that takes care of the adjustable ranges and the size. Why don't we jump into glass on this? You're going to have 3 different types of glass. White art glass is, and this is kind of like stained, if you remember stained glass windows and church windows, it's the same quality of that. It's really that type of glass. It's made in Connecticut. They make it on these like giant tables where they pour the molten glass on, kind of like you're making candy. Anyway, very beautiful stuff. White art glass is going to be a white. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so remember that. And then after that you have topaz. Topaz is going to be like the setting sun when the light is coming through it. I don't know if you can get any of the light through this. If you can see any of it. Anyway, when it's off, it's kind of a root beer color, has some streaking going through it, but when it's on, it definitely has that sunset look. And this has been a great seller for a long time. Just remember when it's off, it's going to be a dark brown. And then you have amber swirl, which to me looks kind of like a butterscotch candy. It's got kind of yellows, and not really yellows, tans and creams running through it. It's really a beautiful glass, very earthy and organic. So these are going to be your 3 different types of glass. Why don't we jump into lamping? Hubbardton says that this is a halogen fixture. This was designed well before this socket, or actually before the lighting industry and the light bulb industry itself had a lot of LEDs that could fit into this socket. So it's a G9 socket. It's going to ship with a G9 light bulb, which is the little light bulb with these 2 little loops on it that fit in just like that. It's going to ship with 5 60-watt halogens. However, now there are tons of these new LEDs out on the marketplace that you can use in this. This one's a 75-watt equivalent. This is probably a 60-watt equivalent. This is a 40-watt equivalent. And these are some older ones, which I don't recommend because they're really not that great. But you can see how technology is really, really ramping up on these things. So don't be afraid of this just because it says halogen. You know, you can put in a dimmable, this is a dimmable 75 watt equivalent LED that can fit into this without a problem, just like that, okay? So, and there's no limit to this. The limit is only like, can this get into the glass? And we know that's not going to be a problem at all. So, and I got this on Amazon. So just Google G9 LED and then let your eyes kind of like just play over all those photographs. And then make sure you get it in the color temperature you're looking for. I would probably go for a 2700 Kelvin warm white. And make sure it's dimmable if you guys wanted to do dimmable stuff. Okay, so that takes care of that. Let's talk about metal finishes. On our website, midway down on the left-hand side, there's a finishes help guide in those red tabs. Give that a click for me. There's going to be a video at the top. It's going to be me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, and just below that is going to be a color chart, and that chart is going to have 9 different finishes this can come in, and there are going to be pictures of the letter A on them, pictures of the letter B on them, and it's going to show you a range and variance of how things can look with different types of forging, all talked about in the video up above. So it's important to watch the video above, come back down, and check out that chart. This fixture, just because of the way it's manufactured in the forge, is going to be more in line with the pictures of the B for boy on them and not A. You're not going to have a lot of modeling on this. So when you are done with that, go back to that chart and you can click on it, click on those pictures, and you can see a bunch of things in whatever finish you guys just clicked on. So that kind of covers your finishes. We talked about glass, we talked about lamping, talked about adjustable heights. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Some bigger items can't come back. We're always going to tell you that beforehand. And then we also have a rush program. Rush takes you from Hubbardton's 3 to 4 weeks in production down to a little under 2 weeks. It's very inexpensive, so just give a call or drop a quick email about that. And then, in addition to that, we have a killer showroom here. So we have a wonderful showroom in Vermont, over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page on our website back in those red tabs, so you can see everything that's here before you guys venture up. And then we also have a clearance center that's 75% off MSRP stuff. Those are returns, discontinued things, showroom samples. And a lot of people come enjoy going through that as well while they're here and looking at all the great showroom stuff. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6, and then you can call us at 802-446-2400 every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't be afraid to email. People do 24 hours a day, and we love it because we can get kind of a rapport going. I can email you links and pictures, and we can kind of talk about stuff. Sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. So thanks for stopping in today, and you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.